Oh, yeah.
I need to finish something.
I got one now. All the Misty.
And then we have one of the other girls, her daughter's been delivering meals for, this was her second.
Oh, Riley's mom. They sign up ahead of time.
Riley's a good kid.
She's real quiet.
Okay, she's a senior in high school. She was accepted to college like last year, like Bryce, university. That I know. People come from.
Because the way they're doing it up there.
Good afternoon. Glad to see everybody's doing well today. Staying warm. All right, we're going to get this meeting of the new Rotary Club started. Oh, that sounded terrible. Golly. All right, today our prayer will be given by Sheila Ellis, by Karen Thomason, the four-way test by our visitor from the Daybreak Rotary, Mr. Jim Satterwhite, and our song by David Ellis.
Okay, let's bow our heads. Dear Heavenly Father, we just thank you so much for this day. We thank you for this Rotary, Lord, that does so much for the community, and we're so grateful for that. Lord, we just pray for the hands that prepared the food, Lord, and we just thank you, Lord, for your blessing upon us this day. We just pray that you surround us with your protection, your shield. We pray, Lord, for your love and your mercy and your grace upon each of us here today. In Jesus' name, we ask these things. Amen.
Amen.
Please join us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You're not going to do the Texas pledge?
No, sir.
Okay. Please join me in the four-way test. First, is it the truth? Second, is it fair to all concerned? Will it
Build goodwill and
friendships?
and will it be beneficial to all
Beneficial
concerned?
to all concerned. Did I pass?
You did a good job.
Okay, open up your little blue book to song number 71. My plan didn't go as I planned. I thought the World Series was going to tie up last night. So the song I prepared was Take Me Out to the Ball Game. But since my plan, we're still going to sing it anyway. Song number 71.
Go Dodgers.
Yeah. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Just give me some peanuts and cracker jacks. I don't care if I never get that. Let me root for the home. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Yeah.
All right, as I said, we have a visiting Rotarian today. He's Jim Satterwhite. He's here. He's part of the Daybreak Club. He's a guest of Willie's today. And I see that Mr. Cornott has brought his darling wife, Kendall, who he won't speak about. And David has brought Sheila with us, who gave us our wonderful prayer today.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Willie. Oh, you are still collecting money.
Man, I'm ready to go.
All right.
It's about what it looks like. Fine, okay, let's see.
All right, I think some people are happy in here. I already seen dollar bills coming out.
Cool.
I like it.
Happy?
Happy people. I need some happy people. Do we have any happy people? Here's a happy young lady right over here.
Here.
Tell us how happy you are.
Here. No. I'm giving you guys quarters though.
Tell us how happy you
I'll give you
are.
$1. I forgot cash, but I have quarters, so there you go. Which makes it easier for me.
Willie's throwing money.
Here we go. Makes it easier for me a little. We got it.
She dropped. There was one that was floating. I take the extras. Here we go. I'm happy I get an extra quarter. Oh, dang it. Karen got it. She beat me out.
It probably goes
Okay,
in the
you gonna say how
deposit.
happy you are?
Yes.
Okay,
Give me a
here we go.
minute. I'm getting all my stuff. Probably goes in the deposit.
Dang, but deposit. You know, we gotta collect that money for the big prize.
So I'm super happy today because we just had our first Hunt County Senior Service Alliance meeting at 10 a.m. this morning. We are a alliance of the Chamber of Commerce. We'll be servicing our senior population. So if you, your business, another service organization that you might be with, are interested in joining us, please check out the Chamber website. We're under programs. Our first big thing that we're going to do, and we're hoping that our friends at Rotary will maybe help a little bit, we are going to host a warmth drive, and we have partnered with United Way to do that. We're going to be giving, our goal is to give 200 warmth blessing boxes to 200 seniors in Hunt County. The boxes will contain fall prevention slippers, socks, a pair of sweats, and a blanket. Each box is valued at $20. You can make a monetary donation. That would be fantastic if you could do that. All of the information will be on the Chamber website, and I'm working on getting our Facebook page set up. So that should be up by the end of the day. If you want any information on that, let me know. About donating or becoming a member. We would love to have you. Okay? Thanks, y'all.
Yeah, she was happy. She was happy. Let's go. Let's see this guy looks happy in here. Here you go.
This is not happy, but it's an announcement. Our good friend, long-serving Rotarian, a man that embodies service above self, Bill Boston, is having major surgery this Friday. So keep him in your thoughts and prayers. Thank you.
Very good. We can pray. Got a happy young lady right here.
It's not a happy either. I do want to mention that, y'all know I came from the Commerce Rotary, and we lost one of our Rotarians. I noticed Gladys Gray, and she was a member of the Rotary there in Commerce for a lot of years. But just remember her family in prayers, if you will.
We can pray. We can pray. That's happy.
Over here, Willie, too.
Okay, I'll be back. There we go. Tell us how happy you are.
Thank you, St. Peter, for all the rain. 2.5 inches at the farm. Hallelujah.
That's happy. Oh, there's a happy one over here. Somebody else is happy. I heard somebody say happy over here. She's happy as Gloria.
I'm not necessarily happy, I'm just giving a warning. We're going to start cleaning out the safe in the front office. If you've got anything up there, please take it. The front office is used when we rent out the building. We use it for weddings. The grooms go in there to dress and get ready for the ceremony. So right now, I don't think 3 people could fit in there. So especially, there's some canning jars up there, if you know whose those are. If they're not gone and we have an auction, they will go in the auction. Otherwise, they're going to go on Hunt County Trader.
I think I left a stack of money in there, so they'll find it.
All right, well, I have some big happy bucks because I'm just glad to see y'all after jumping out of the plane. And thank David for going with me. I don't think I could have done it without him.
Oh my gosh.
She was very happy. All right, that's a happy lady. I like happy people. Dang it. We had some happy folks here today. All right, now what do you want to do?
Let's see if we can give away some money.
All right, let's play. Let's play. Okay, let's do it this
Who's
way.
feeling lucky out there?
Okay.
I heard that Don McBride has a winning ticket, but we'll see.
All right, I gotta find somebody that doesn't look guilty and not afraid to pull a ticket here. So, all right, let's go over here. Miss Cynthia, would you pull a ticket for us, please? I'm gonna make you work double duty today. Reach in there.
Checking to see if she got hers.
Okay, you can read them off, but read them real slow. And when you get to the last number, really cause them some pain.
Okay. 1, 9, 1, 4,
Keep going.
8,
Yeah.
1,
Yeah.
1.
Gloria's lucky Gloria.
I think I saw her take my ticket.
Okay. All right, Gloria, I'm gonna shuffle the cards legitimately and then let you pick one.
Legitimately.
Yeah.
As opposed to illegitimate.
As opposed to my normal shuffle. Okay, gotta shuffle, gotta cut. All right, I'm putting the cards out here. Pick one.
Not that one, not that one, no. Oh my gosh.
She is the winner. 2 of clubs. Oh, wait a minute, that's not the winner. Okay. Jackpot now goes back to $10 million.
Well, that was a good try. It was the right color anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that works out. No, I didn't lose out, so that was good.
Hey Larry,
Yes, sir.
I'm a greeter today, so I'd like to welcome everybody.
That's very efficient of you, sir.
That'll work. Rich was last week.
Yeah.
Rich would like to welcome everybody last week.
Yeah, that's okay. I like that.
I'd like to go ahead and welcome y'all for next week.
So we got all the greeters hooked up. They're all at the same table. Y'all seen a trend? I'm seeing that, except for Bob. Bob's like, that had nothing to do with that. All right. And I forgot a visitor a while ago, and I don't consider her a visitor. She's family, so.
Glad nobody's here today.
Miss Karen Clark. So glad she's here with us. All right, as y'all know, this past Saturday we had a blood drive here out front. We actually had 21 people sign up online and get here. Okay, I can only complain so much. I sat here and watched this guy turn some people away. We had 5 or 6 people. So we had 2 or 3 extra that could have gave blood, but they came at the same time that we already had a full house. But we ended up with 19 donors. We had 1 person turned away and ended up with 17 units of blood. So it was a pretty successful day. It was a good day. Especially when the guy stands here and he goes, well, we have drives that we get 0 units that we sit there for 4 hours. So I was pretty happy. It was kind of cold, but people still came out and gave. That was really good. I do have tickets for the raffle that the United Way was talking about last week. So if anybody's interested in a fire pit, needs one, I have tickets.
I'll take one. We'll work it out
We'll work it out later, yeah. And I was going to mention, this is the time of year, there's a lot of people out there, and I had one on my front porch at the office last night when we got ready to leave. These people, there's some people out there that don't have a place to live. So if you have blankets, you have coats you want to bring, I know we do a coat drive here. It's time we need to get started, and we need to start helping out and give to these people that are in our community that are in need. And I'm also going to ask if you feel the spirit of giving. This year we've lost our main sponsor for toys. And if you feel like bringing some toys, and we can certainly find somebody to give them to. Since he's over here waving, go, us too. You know, we all know where that came from. So at this time, I'm going to ask Roxanne to come up, and we tried to get somebody to sneak a blue badge last week, but we're going to let her hand out this blue badge.
Scott. Scott's been working on his blue badge for a year. No, it's not his fault. COVID happened, and then, of course, he was really tied up. But anyways, I'm really proud that he became a Rotarian, and I'm proud to be able to put your blue badge on. He really pays me to be his friend.
Good to have you.
Nice, funny. David, you have one sitting here beside you. How long have you had that red badge? See, COVID kicked in and we've lost you too for a little bit. We need to get you transferred over. Well, at this time, I'm going to ask Mr. Weiland to come up, and we have a wonderful program today, and he's going to get us introduced to this young man.
All righty, I want to introduce Cynthia Ard. She's with Salvation Army here locally. I met her when she first came, a year ago? And I know a little bit about her background, her family's background, and how well trenched in Salvation Army and all that. I know quite a bit about it, and she is the real deal. And she's come to talk to us about Salvation Army. COVID-19 has created many changes in our world. One is we're not having the customary ring the bell at Walmart and other places. But she got some different takes on that. So, Cynthia, you come up and tell us about that.
Well, things have changed. People are coming around, and so we're really, really grateful for that. What David was talking about was going into our Christmas season. There were a lot of concern about where we were going to be able to ring, how we were going to be able to ring, so we were looking outside the box in every possible way that we could think of. And so we do have a new program that I'll mention to you this year, but it would be something that we're going to do. We would do it COVID or not, because it's just a really, really fantastic thing. But yes, we're actually going to be able to ring at Walmart even.
I didn't know that.
God is good.
At one time you weren't going to be able to.
At one time, every place was up in the air because of the concerns of COVID. But we put together some practices and some protocols of how that will work. Our people, of course, will be geared up. The buckets will be wiped off after every transaction and those kinds of things to help keep it clean. Walmart is also going to do a roundup for us, where when you're at the checkout, either online or in person, and they ask, do you want to round up for whatever, we'll be the roundup for those months. So like if your bill's $24.36, your change rounds up to make it $24. So, well, thank you so very much for allowing me to come today, or inviting me to come today and to share with you what's going on. I know October seems early to start talking about Christmas, but actually for us, our Christmas season starts in September. Sometimes end of August even, but for September for us. And like David mentioned, just like everything this year, Christmas is probably going to look a little different. And where we will have live manned kettles available at locations, we've come up with some alternative setups, so to speak, for the managers of each location will be able to determine how they want us, if they want us at their locations this year. So please be in prayer for us that we can have all the locations that we usually have. We've reached out to other places to maybe have some additional locations so that the kettle will be there still in one fashion or another. Of course, with COVID, you were talking about the warmth drive. The homeless population has increased immensely during COVID. The number of people that we see coming in our doors daily has probably tripled since March. It's really, really a difficult thing. I had a lady right before I came over here. It was her and her daughter that were living in a car with her little Chihuahua dog. The girl had on short shorts and low-cut shirt or high-cut shirt. It's just all she had. And so we were able to provide for our clothing closet some clothing for them. But it's just a huge need right now because people aren't able to pay their mortgage, or they're being evicted during the time period that they were able to, and they just don't know what to do. And so we're providing every way that we can, and I'll mention our drives in a little bit. So with Christmas, there are many ways that you guys can get involved if you choose to. You can do it the great thing about our Christmas programs is everything's very open-ended. You can do it as an individual, as a family, as a church group, as Rotary group together. And there's just different ways that you can do it so that you find the spot that really fits your niche. So first is our angel tree, and I've brought a few of those just that you can see. These are the actual cards that get printed on, and these two are for our girls and boys, and then we have seniors. Our angel tree actually does 16 and under for the children and 55 and older for seniors. We also will get we have 6 nursing homes in Hunt County that we service, and of course that increases each year. We'll probably get more this year. That's what we had last year. And then our seniors as well. Last year we provided gifts to 785 children and 108 seniors. That's 292 families and, like I mentioned, 6 nursing homes that provided us names for those. And we anticipate this year a minimum of 50% increase in our assistance requests. And we were already seeing that for our angel tree. See, I told you that. Our actual dates for taking applications is passed, but we always take applications up until Christmas Eve because things change for people. Someone gets laid off and now they don't have the money they thought they were going to have to provide for their kids. So during our normal office hours, we still take those applications. So if you know someone, or just so you have that in the back of your head, if something changes for someone and can use that program, we'll continue to take applications for those. A really cool thing this year is, let me back up. So we're taking the applications, but these will then be printed and put on trees throughout the community. We have certain locations, of course, that we do that with. We have several that sponsored last year that are sponsoring again this year. But if you have a business or office building that has a little bit of traffic and you would like to set up a tree and sponsor angels, that would be fantastic. You don't have to actually build them yourselves. You just put them out where the community as a place to pick them up. And if it's a retail or something of that kind of store and you want to drive people in, you get listed on our locations for pickup. Then we have other people, groups and so forth, that they will say, hey, we want to take 10 kids. And they will fill those angels that way. So through our angel tree sponsorship, those are a couple of ways that those get taken care of, as well as, of course, just the community picking them up, buying as a family or as an individual and bringing that back. Because of everything needing to be distanced, social distanced, Walmart has been amazing this year. And through their Registry for Good, if you're familiar with their online registry, they now have Registry for Good, which is for places like us, social service agencies and things of that sort, that they can put a registry up. Well, not only are we doing that this year, they're compiling all of ours into a digital angel tree. And it's really a nationwide toy drive. So versus picking up an angel and going and buying for them in the stores, you can just go online, pick out a few toys, and it ships direct to us, and then we will match it with an angel to add that to their Christmas. So that's really neat. That's something new this year and really, really cool. Then we have what we call, for lack of a better term, the Forgotten Angel Tree Toy Shop. And that is, as many of angels go out, not all of them come back filled. So it is through toy drives, through groups and churches and individuals and so forth, through the digital angel tree, that we will then set all of those things up, and we actually take the angel and we go through and we buy from our toy shop for that child to make sure that they still get an adequate Christmas. And that's really cool. If you've never done that before, it is so much fun because you're hands-on in there picking those items out for that kid. You've got their names. It's just like if you picked one off the tree and you went and purchased yourself, except for you have a row of toys to pick from, clothing, things of that sort. And then distribution. And David will attest, that is so much fun. We start at 9, we start at 8 with volunteers, and then at 9 o'clock, the people start showing up. We process 50 people every half hour. And it's drive-through style. Was last year, will be again this year. Would have been anyways this year, but anyways. And we load it in their cars. You get to see the people. You get to speak to them, wish them Merry Christmas, God bless you. You get to see the smiles on their faces as you're putting that stuff in the trunk of their car. It's really, truly a blessing. And so that's another way that you could get involved. Now, Red Kettle. So, of course, we will have our Red Kettles in some fashion out and about this year. So some will be live, some will be what's called a foam board. You know what foam boards look like. We've got some ideas going with that, where it would be all digital, but they'd still be displayed, and so the presence is still there. Because even if I wasn't a part of the Salvation Army, that kettle, that bell ringing, it's become a part of our traditional Christmas. You go shopping and you hear that bell ringing. It's just a part of it. And so even with our phone boards, if we do have locations that want those, it'll have the bell ringing, so that experience is still there. So our Christmas season for kettles will run the day after Thanksgiving, November 27th, all the way up until Christmas Eve. And so you will see our kettles out. The National Red Kettle Kickoff is always a part of the Dallas Cowboys Thanksgiving Day game halftime show. Has anybody ever seen those? They're pretty cool. I'm excited to see who they have this year, and it's really neat to be a part of. So, if you're interested, we have a site called registertoring.com, or you can just holler at me. But to ring the bell this season, we definitely need volunteers to fill those slots up. We do take applications for paid employees, and that is a service to them as well. Some of them, this is the only job they do every year, and they look forward to it. It becomes a little family. You know each other's coming back, but sorry, I seem to have the sniffles today. But they fill the spots that we don't have filled with volunteers. And the Salvation Army's driving force is our volunteers. We can't do it without them. So if that's something that y'all would like to do as a group or as individuals, again, your church groups, your families, individuals, it's open-ended. Another way that you can support the Red Kettle is through what we call our corporate match program. And so it's if you own a business, and you say, I want to take Walmart on Christmas Eve. Then whatever that kettle makes at Walmart on Christmas Eve, your corporation business would match it. So if they made $500, you then donate $500 to match that. And most of you probably know Friendly. He's taking the charge on that this year, trying to get, so if you get a phone call from him, that's probably what it's about. But he's very excited about that. He wants to make sure that all of our kettles have a match goal with them. And so that would be awesome.
What is that called?
It's our corporate match.
Okay.
Sponsorship. Another thing, I don't know if have y'all ever seen these out? Okay. So these are what we call counter kettles. And so these are for smaller areas, convenience stores, offices, things of that sort that you can have out. Same idea of the kettle. But we normally pick those up about once a week unless they get full before then. We just drop them off, they have a little sign, we pick them up, empty them, and just give them right back to you. So that's another way if you have a place that you can put that. we would love that as well. Okay, sorry, I've kind of jumped around my notes and I had to figure out, okay, what have I done? So anyways, what a lot of people don't know about our Red Kettle campaign is that this isn't just about Christmas. This is our primary fundraiser for our entire year. Of course, we have individuals who make monthly donations, and we're extremely grateful for that, and other things that we do throughout the year, but this is our primary #1 fundraiser for the entire year. So it's really important for us to make sure that we're doing every effort that we possibly can to make sure that they're full. So I mentioned a minute ago that we had a new thing this year. I saw this and I fell in love with it. It was during the time period that we're thinking, oh, we got to think outside the box. What are we going to do? Nashville, Tennessee started this 2 years ago, and it's called the Red Kettle Challenge. And so the challenge is to you, any of us, the challenge is $1,000 in a virtual kettle. Now, the key with that is it is extremely open-ended. And there's some packets on there if you are interested and want to look through it, you can, but it's super simple. You sign up, all you do is tell me you want to do it. You ring the bell. Because of COVID, we are recommending the virtual kettle. No matter how you decide to raise that $1,000, everybody still gets a virtual kettle. And I'll explain a little bit more on that. And the third thing is it changes a life. That $1,000 buys 50 families a monthly food box. So because we can buy in bulk and things of that sort, that's what that money goes to make sure that these families have food in their homes for their families for the month. I'll just very briefly, so how it works is, this little guy right here is our example. And it's done for my family. I want to make sure I make this make sense. Any individual, any family, church group, Rotary group, any way you want to do it that accepts the challenge, they get one of these, which is their virtual kettle plaque, and it has a QR code. That QR code goes to an actual personal web page for donations to your specific kettle. In addition to this, we give you business cards that you can distribute to people. You can put them in your Christmas cards when you mail those out, and they have the information for them to make the donation towards your kettle. It'll also have on the other side a way for them to register to do it themselves, so passing it along, so to speak. You also get a laminated one of those cards so you can keep it in your wallet, so that way if you're ever out and about and you don't have those cards, you have that opportunity too. And those all have that QR code on them, so all they have to do is use their camera on their cell phone and it'll take you straight to your personal link. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful program because it is so open-ended. You get to choose how you raise that $1,000. Some places, if it's a business or something that's taken the challenge, they just cut a check. Some groups, they'll do the mail-outs for their Christmas cards. Some have done Thanksgiving dinner, challenging their family to support, and whatever they raise during that meal, they then sponsor a match. Social events, the same idea, doing something like that. Of course, 10 people and under to make sure we meet the COVID requirements. But you get the idea, I think. It's very open-ended. It's one of those things that if you take the challenge, you get to do it however you want. Bottom line is the goal is to put $1,000 into your virtual kettle in one way or another. That includes if you take volunteer time and you ring at a location, then that money still gets calculated towards your virtual kettle. It's not two separate things. One of the things that we're doing this year also is our holiday food baskets. The 3 days before Thanksgiving, 3 days before Christmas Eve, we'll be doing food baskets for anybody who's in need of those. And then I mentioned earlier, we do nursing homes for the Angel Tree. We also provide each of those locations a personal gift for each resident. Last year, we did up these little gift bags of snack stuff, sugar-free snack stuff, so that they had a little treat with their Christmas. And what we heard back from the activity directors and things was, there's actual people in their place that they never get a visitor. So they don't get any Christmas gifts other than if they're put on our Angel Tree. And so it's a nice little treat, something that they got just when everybody else was getting something as well. So that's really, really cool. Drives that we're going to be doing this year, of course, we'll be doing a food drive. We are doing a food drive, a toy drive, and a cold weather gear drive. Sorry, that one's a hard one for me to get out. Blankets, coats, jackets, new or lightly used, gently used. And then we provide those to our homeless community to make sure that they have coats, and our low-income families if they come in needing blankets or coats or mittens or socks or whatever. So anything that would keep you warm, and that campaign is called Share the Warmth. And so we're taking donations for that as well. And that's it about Christmas. Any questions? Because I gave you a lot of information. There are packets on the tables about the Red Kettle Challenge. There's also my business card, so if something sounded good to you and you wanted to be a part of it, you can get in contact with me that way. Yes, ma'am.
Blankets, where do I deliver them?
You can bring them to our office on King Street. We're open Monday through Friday, 9 to 3.
Also, because you closed your store where I used to bring everything.
Yes.
So I still can bring parkers and sweaters and stuff?
Yes, we have a clothing closet that is actually free to our clients. With COVID, of course, we're not allowed to have them come in and shop as we normally would, but we get their sizes, we go pull for them to make sure that they get whatever it is they need. So we still take clothing even though our store is closed. We're just not able to take furniture and things of that sort. Those we suggest that people take to Twice as Nice. Any other questions? Well, fantastic. Thank you again for having me. If I can do anything or answer any questions for you, feel free to give me a holler. We'd love to have you participate in whatever fashion that you see fit and appropriate for you as an individual, family, or group. So thank you. Question?
What day will we be able to ring the bell?
When would you like?
A Saturday. Any Saturday, you like that? Is it going to be all month?
We start the day after Thanksgiving to Christmas Eve. So yes.
Okay.
Yeah, just send me an email with.
I will get it so we can get a group lined up.
Fantastic.
Larry, we'll take the warm Saturday.
Yeah, I'll predict.
That's what she's asking.
Yeah.
Want Rotary to do
As a club, are we gonna?
I think we should.
I think you're the president, make a decision, yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to do it anyway.
Awesome. Well, thank you all so much. That's fantastic.
I want to say something in support of the Angel Tree. Mr. Ken Fifield, who owns Joe Hudson Collision Center, is the gentleman that purchased the old YMCA building. And for the last 2 years, he's allowed the Salvation Army to use the gymnasium for them to sort out, store, package, and all the ready work they have to do for the distribution. But for the last 2 years, I have been there. I have been the one that's been putting the bicycles in the trunks and the back seat, and I have never been so blessed in my life. I wish I spoke Spanish, but I don't. But I understand gracias, senor. And I got a lot of that. And a lot of grandmothers, and you know how sensitive a grandmother's heart is, that were able to get gifts for their grandchildren. They made me cry. They had tears of gratitude in their face when they started that. I couldn't hold back. You see, real men cry when they're properly motivated. But I encourage everyone in this room to take one or more of these angel tree cards, buy the gifts, get them to Cynthia, and she may need help in distribution. I don't know, probably does, but I have seen, what would you say, 150 cars lined up. Police had to come because there was traffic jams around there. There's so many needy people, you would not believe it. But I plan to participate and encourage everyone to. And on our level, the Rotary Club plans to participate too, Cynthia. In our budget, we designated $2,500 for the Salvation Army, and we're delighted to be a donor to this worthy cause.
Thank you so very much. Appreciate y'all.
She said I had to get closer to you. Okay.
Thank you so very much. Very much.
All right, Katie's put me to the challenge to raise $1,000, which should be easy. 70 members. So we throw out.
Well, we do it right here, right now. I'll put in 100.
Uh-oh, you hear that? Here, $100 right here. We got another 100?
Yeah,
I got 200.
You will, just hold your horses.
Uh-oh.
Okay, we're only, now we only need 8.
Now we need 8. Yeah. Look at this. We're collecting as we go along. And I'm giving it away. Because if I keep it, I'll be at Walmart shopping. Uh-oh. Thank you, gentlemen. All right. So I know more's coming.
Bring it next week.
Bring it next week. Put it on your credit card.
In fact, I'll leave this kettle with you.
All right. We have a kettle. We can just keep filling it up. And I want one for my office, please.
Here, Larry. Got it?
All right. Okay. Kettling around. It's better. I can shove it in there. All right, so we'll have this kettle out each week. Just keep raising money. Anything else today? Y'all ready for Thanksgiving and Christmas? It's coming. Quickly. All right, again, if you have extra blankets, you want to bring coats, we're collecting coats, we're going to collect blankets, we're going to give them to people in need. Sound like she could use toys, we can take money, help so many organizations that need.
They have some really nice things for sale at my sister's closet.
Yep.
Really good stuff. For a few dollars, you can buy anything.
You can buy a lot, and you can help out 2 organizations at the same time. Well, we'll end this meeting a little early today. It's kind of cold outside. Y'all go get warmed up. So thank y'all for joining us today.
This video has been brought to you by GEUS 34. GEUS is your community-owned provider for electric, internet, cable TV, and true local programming.